You're watching ChillyBoy Productions. I'm Larry ChillyBoy Chilson, and this is my review for the Garfield movie. Now, before we get into this review, make sure to go ahead and click that subscribe button down below so that you can chill with me on each and every one of my latest videos. The Garfield movie is a 2024 animated adventure film directed by Mark Dindal. The film follows Garfield as he is reunited unexpectedly with his long-lost father, a rough and tough street cat who draws him in to a high-stakes heist. The film stars the vocal talents of Chris Pratt, Nicholas Hoult, Samuel L. Jackson, Hannah Waddingham, Brett Goldstein, Snoop Dogg, and Ving Rhames. So to be honest, I wasn't exactly looking forward to the Garfield movie. I'm always skeptical when we have Chris Pratt or really any big celebrity voice casting in these leading roles. It was particularly concerning to me because Illumination literally just had Chris Pratt voice Mario in the Super Mario Brothers movie just last year. So I was really nervous we were just going to get Chris Pratt as Garfield in this one. But the trailers had a cuteness to them, a real charm to them. So I was really hoping they would be able to bring that out in this cute Garfield adventure. And ultimately, it's fine. It's a passable, fine family film. And actually, in many ways, it's very similar to Super Mario Brothers in that fashion. So let's go ahead and talk about the positives first. Well, my biggest positive, far and away, is the animation itself. These characters are so cute. They stayed very true to all of the character designs. Baby Garfield is one of the cutest things ever put to screen. Odie is absolutely adorable. All of our human characters are also very cute. John is very adorable as well. And the movie itself lets them be cute, gives us those really adorable, cute moments. I particularly love the first act of this movie where we're with baby Garfield and we're getting to just experience Garfield in his home, the Garfield kind of atmosphere you know and love, the traditional Garfield story. That's when the movie really shined for me personally. The humor is very hit or miss, but there's nothing super cringe to me. There's a couple of kind of cringe. I think a lot of the voice work is actually quite good. Particularly, I was really impressed with Nicholas Hoult. I didn't actually even know he was John in this movie until the credits, and I was shook. Also, Hannah Waddingham is definitely having a great time with this role. She is having a blast doing vocal work. And of course, there is like a cuteness to the family aspect and what family really means, the connection between Garfield and all of these other characters. Odie is the MVP of this movie. And I really love that they leaned into not only Garfield's connection to John, but also specifically Garfield's connection to Odie. So the big positive is that it's cute. So that brings us to the negatives of the film. So what didn't work so well when it came to the Garfield movie? Well, the plot is just too much. I was really perplexed, honestly, even from the trailers, why we were going down this route. And watching it in the film, it's all just so convoluted for a Garfield movie. I don't know that we needed Garfield to meet his dad, to introduce this dad character and dad dynamic into the family we already know and love. It seemed unnecessary from the trailers, and it kind of felt unnecessary in the film as well. It leads to some really nice moments, which is a positive, as I said before, but it also just kind of feels like, okay, well, if we get a sequel, do I really want this dad character around? And then everything to do with the villain, I just could not care less. They really shoehorned in that Hannah Waddingham cat character and her hench dogs. This entire heist to break into this place for their mission was so convoluted and just unnecessary. This subplot with this cow and this bull also was just why? There's just so much stuffed into this movie that you're like, oh my. It's too much. It's too much. I think they could have done just a really cute, quaint, sweet Garfield movie that stayed in line with the Garfield character we know and love. This lovably grouchy cat and his overly eager and sweet owner and dog. And the film works best when it stays in that wheelhouse. I mean, there's even drone action sequences. It's a lot. It's just a lot, and it's unnecessarily so. As for the voice work, I don't know. Chris Pratt is fine. Once again, I think that's what I said with Mario as well. He's fine. They're bringing a more light tone to Garfield for this, but I know the movies weren't great. However, Bill Murray is definitively the Garfield voice in my head, and he sounds pretty much the same now. We could have just brought Bill Murray on to do the voice here, if I'm being honest. But he just, once again, didn't capture the grumpiness in the grumpy, lovable cat that I was hoping for. He's a little bit grouchy every now and then, but I don't know if it fully captured the essence of the Garfield I know. Samuel Jackson is Samuel Jackson. Snoop Dogg is Snoop Dogg. I mean, a lot of these characters are just kind of playing themselves. Ving Rhames is Ving Rhames. So, I mean, the voice cast is fine. Nobody stood out as bad here, per se. It's just outside of Nicholas Hoult and Hannah Waddingham, they were all just themselves in animated form for the most part. So overall, the Garfield movie was passably fine. It's a good filler movie to just turn on for some cuteness in the background. You don't need to keep up with this outrageous plot that they put this poor cat in. Just get the adorable visuals on the screen and turn your brain off for a perfectly fine time at the movies. I think it moves by enough and has enough antics and definitely enough adorableness for kids to be entertained, but unfortunately, it just gets in its own way to become anything greater than that. So, if you have young kids, I think they'll enjoy Garfield and you'll get a kick out of how cute that baby Garfield in particular is. So, I'd say take him for a matinee. It's fine. So, that was my review for the Garfield movie. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead, click like down below and subscribe to the channel so that you are always up to date on all of my latest videos. Also, join in on the discussion. Are you excited to see the Garfield movie, or did you also check it out at the Lazy Sunday early screening? Let me know either in the comment section down below, or you can hit me up on Twitter. I love you all so much for your continued support. Mwah! Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.